He's, you know. I have no idea. Just parking in the back.
I wonder whether it depends on how many people, like my sisters are closer.
Yeah.
First, and it just.
She does. I just saw her.
And then I love you.
There you are.
There I am.
You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
This is going to record your voice for the video.
Okay.
We never get the video, so I don't know what they're doing with them. We keep asking, and we don't see them.
They're there somewhere.
But tell me where this would be most.
Well, you
comfortable.
tell.
Is that?
It's certainly not in my
right
way.
there?
Yeah, it's not in my
I'll
way.
go up one higher just so
Okay.
it doesn't cover your name. There you go. You're all set. And you'll speak into that microphone.
All right.
So we can hear you, but this is the one
Okay.
recording.
Okay.
Does
That's
that make
right.
sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, my sweet friend. How are you?
Well, I'm going to stand a little bit away from you because
Okay.
I'm not that well.
Oh dear.
I got a cold on top of this, so I don't want anybody to catch
Oh,
that.
I'm so sorry. Was that from loving on grands or
Yes,
just
it was
life?
the Petri dish. Caleb's Petri dish gave it to me. Jameson.
So you said who was going to?
Debbie Bedford, come over here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Debbie's going to introduce you.
Okay. All right. Hey,
You're going to be
Debbie.
in charge this evening.
Good. Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
Pretty.
Thank you very much.
We're glad
What a
you're
privilege
here
to
this
be here.
morning.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I really am looking forward to it. I had told Louise,
Hey, be careful
if
with some
you
of
will
this
give
food.
me one hand like this
To get up.
and down.
Well, hey, that is good. We can do that.
I probably
need railings there because the short, they're sort
Howdy.
of.
This
Oh.
morning. This is such a privilege to be
How
here.
long have
My
y'all been
goodness.
members here?
I think it was 07,
Okay.
2007. What does that make it?
18?
Okay. That makes sense,
Yeah.
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 It's right around there, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
I knew it had been a long time.
It Hey, Donna.
Welcome to our humble morning.
This is so wonderful.
Well, you are wonderful.
Oh, these are so precious.
How's Mr. Ron this morning?
He's okay.
Did you need Bo to go just stay with him while you were here? Well, you're here he's all right, right?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he was,
You're here every Wednesday, so.
oh, yeah. No, yeah, he does not need,
Be
should I
careful.
plop down
You
here?
may, but there. Do you?
Something
I think
there.
the night before they have Bible study, but sit right here, Miss Missy.
I'll sit and not,
Just I worry about that.
yeah.
I
So he is definitely not in need of that kind of care.
Well,
And,
I think about Mitzi, and it just breaks my heart. That,
oh, I don't know, Dennis?
Yeah, she's not able to live.
No, I
He's
didn't
very
know that.
unstable, so
Oh, no, I did not
I just,
know that.
yeah, we miss her.
Oh, of course.
And so I was just thinking about Ron. I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, no, it's not. He was going to run some errands this morning, actually.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, grateful.
Can I put this here? Is somebody coming? Before I sit out?
Hey, Marlene. Hey, Marlene.
Hey, Missy.
How
you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Somebody called my name.
Marlene.
Oh, your notes are so good.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
my goodness, they are so good.
Thank you.
I've got all that. I've got a lot of stuff that I keep, because if I ever
First is good, so
Okay.
she's getting rid of her gum.
Okay.
I know I've got a cough drop here, but I don't think I better put it in unless I need it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was terrible. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody on this beautiful fall morning?
Hmm. Good.
Do y'all feel like me? So I need to dress one way in the morning and then go home and change clothes and then dress another way in the afternoon. Exactly. So only in the South, right? And I wouldn't have it any other way. We are going to talk about the brunch. So these two ladies are going to share with you this morning.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Marlene, I have been so excited about this fall and all the wonderful things that have happened in our group. What's been your favorite thing?
Well, I tell you what, the very first day that we all got together, I have never seen so much excitement in all of these girls. It was just unbelievable. Happy faces, you could just see it was all coming from within. And our little group, it just seems like they have bonded more and more and more, and I'm sure all of you have as well. And it's just been a beautiful thing to see. I just feel like we're just really like a team. You know, we're just all like a team, a community.
A team. Well, you know, when I think about teams, I think about celebrations, which we need to celebrate.
Absolutely we do.
And if we're going to celebrate teams, then I would say we need to have a
Tailgate?
A tailgate.
A tailgate! Oh, a tailgate! You are kidding!
So next,
Oh, wow, with games and everything.
oh, I don't know what to think about. But next Wednesday, we are going to celebrate our fall season with a tailgate. And so we want all of you to come ready. If you would like, you are welcome to wear your favorite sports team. I happen to have one here. Anybody recognize this one?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
your favorite colors.
NTU.
Yeah. Or your favorite colors. Scarf, or yeah, anything like that.
We're going to have a tailgate as our celebration for the end of our fall season. So come, let your mentor moms know that you're planning to be here.
Yes.
And Marlene and I are very excited about it.
We are, if you can't tell. And be sure you wear, I'm just going to say this, be sure you wear comfortable shoes, or you feel comfortable taking your shoes off.
Oh, my.
That's all I'm going to say. No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. There we go.
Oh, y'all are great. I love it.
Okay, so we've decided that those two need to be our permanent brunch planners.
They may have to change their mind on that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So to follow up with that, we need to RSVP today to let us know how many we're expecting next week. So don't forget to do that in your group. The other thing, just a reminder, Operation Santa, I think a lot of you have been busy with that. So when you have, whoever is the mission folks in your class, when you have delivered to BMW your bag for your children, please let your mentor mom know. They will in turn let me know so I can check that off the list, okay? And thank y'all for doing that. It's so much fun. Marsha and I did that this week, and it's just a real pleasure to be able to do that. So this morning we have two precious ladies that are going to speak to us. After we have our main speaker, we're going to have Taylor Long, who is one of our own. Taylor, wave. She's been in Mom to Mom, or M3, for a good little while, and we've just enjoyed having her. She's been a member of Taylor's all of her life, and I have too, so we have a lot in common there. She and her husband Benjamin have two children, and if you haven't ever seen her work, she's incredibly talented. She's an artist and graphic designer, and she's used her talents for our group, and we've been very appreciative of that. Missy Edwards is here to speak with us this morning. She and her husband Ron are members of Taylor's, and I think we decided you've been here 17 years. She is a licensed professional counselor. She's a mom to 2 and a grandmother to 5. She's very involved with her grandchildren, which we all love that, those of us that are grandmothers. Many of y'all have had an opportunity to hear Missy speak in the past, so you know that she's very engaging. She speaks from years of professional experience, and she has a wealth of knowledge, but more importantly, she has an intimate relationship with Jesus Christ that just shines through whatever she has to say. We will be enriched emotionally and spiritually by what Missy's going to share with us today. Missy?
Thank you. Thank you. You will give me a hand? Thank you, dear. Good morning. It's good to be with you, It's wonderful to get to see you. I see you kind of sitting behind me when we're upstairs. No, we're not upstairs. It's just over there, isn't it, when we have our breakfast. So it's really good to be here this morning. I would have loved to have been here last week, but I'm involved with that Bible study. I would love to have heard what you were discussing when you were discussing self-care last week. I did get to read your chapter out of your book. Louise very kindly sent me a copy of it so I could read it, and I liked very much how your author contrasted the way that we think we should have more me time or plan it perfectly so that my life will be very balanced in our lives, and contrasted with the biblical understanding that God created us with needs that our self-strategies will not satisfy. I love how the author contrasted those. I guess like any other concept, we humans can make self-care all about us. Eat, drink, and be merry and go to the spa, you know. Or we can begin to understand what God's design is for self-care. There is a wonderful verse in Isaiah 2, verse 3. And God is speaking, and he says, I will show you how I work so you can live the way you're made. That is such a powerful verse. And if we consult the owner's manual, this is what I'm referring to as our owner's manual. I might want to call it the designer's manual because it's he owning us. He has designed us. We see how God designed us physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and how we have needs. He created us with needs, and how he, the source of life, will direct us if we seek him. Last year, I got a new car, and it had more, as they call it, bells and whistles on it than I had ever had, including a quirky one to me, where the steering wheel grabs my hands if I'm not exactly in the lane as it should be. I don't think it's me. I'm kidding. There is one curve on Hudson Road that every time I go there, this wheel takes over. So when it was brand new, I would drive it around the neighborhood. I'd come back to my driveway, I'd park, I'd read my owner's manual that was in my lap. And I did this for about a week. Some of you are laughing. Good. You have done the same thing, I can tell. I would drive, I would come back, I would sit in my driveway, and I would read my owner's manual. I began to wonder if my neighbors thought I was trying to announce I have a new car. I'm sitting in the driveway. My point, of course, was that I desperately needed the designer's manual to help me. And so do we. As we come to understand how God directs us in self-care for these temples that he has given us, and our bodies are temples. If we believe in Jesus as Savior and Lord, the Holy Spirit indwells us. One author describes our bodies as a sacred place to honor God. So if it's a sacred place, it's even more than a house or a home. It's a holy dwelling that should reflect our holy God. 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 20 says, we are to honor God with our bodies. In those verses, Paul writes, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own. You were bought with a price. Yeah. So glorify God in your body. I'd like for us to think this morning further, and I know you're going to have some discussion later, but I'd like for us to begin to think about what all does it include to glorify God in my body, or I could say, what does it include to not glorify God in my body? It might include what we eat or drink. It might include what we don't eat or drink. It might be what we watch on TV. It might be what we read. It might be what kind of music we listen to. It might be what comes out of our mouths when we're angry. Genesis 1:27 says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So thinking of us being made in the image of God, we quickly learn that there is one basic self-care, and it's rest. The owner's manual says in Genesis 2:2 and 3, and God rested on the seventh day from his work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation. The truths are twofold here. One is our all-powerful, mighty God of the universe rested on the seventh day. That's kind of staggering, isn't it? The all-powerful, mighty God rested. And we are to follow the designer's example by resting from our work. The second truth is that God blessed that day. So the Sabbath, or Sunday as we call it, is to be a restful, holy day, set apart to honor the Lord. God shows us how to care for our physical and spiritual selves in his example of resting, which is neither legalistic, which would mean rigidly observing some restrictions, nor is his resting license, which would mean do whatever you want with your time off on Sunday. I hope when you discuss these ideas later, you can name some ways to keep Sunday restful, holy, and God-honoring for you and for your family. The fact that God rested on the seventh day leads us to see the biblical concept of rhythms. All we have to do to see God-created rhythms is to observe daily life. The creation story records that it was evening and it was morning, the first day. A little bit later, it was sunrise and sunset. I think people love the beach for many, many reasons, but I think one of the things that is so restorative there is to see the waves lap the shore and then recede. And depending on where you are staying, maybe you can hear it at night when they come up and then they recede. Ecclesiastes 3, verses 1 through 8 show these God-given rhythms when the author says there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. There's a time to weep and there's a time to laugh. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. The passage describes the rhythms of rest and waking, being with others and time alone, having productivity, and having play. And I'd like to define play as joyful rejuvenation. I was thinking about that when I was going over my notes again this morning for you, and I thought, did you come up with that, Missy, or is that somebody else's? I don't know, but I like it. It is joyful rejuvenation. It's something that gives back. So it could be walking outside. It could be a physical, mental, or spiritual activity that you really love. It could be a hobby. It might be as simple as swinging or rocking. Do you yourself still love to swing? Do you? You know, if your kids will let you? Okay. Another rhythm, take time with music to worship God. Have your praise music close and listen often. That magnificent chapter of Genesis 1 closes with, and God saw everything he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. So the question becomes, how do I observe these rhythms? Am I paying attention to my limits, physically and materially? Am I submissive to God's rhythms of life and God honoring in my observance of activity and restfulness? Or do I continually push past my limits and wonder why I'm so off balance? Are we asking God to help us say no to responsibilities that he has not called us to? There's a book entitled The Best Yes, Making Wise Decisions in the Midst of Endless Demands. And I love that title. It's a positive reframe of just say no. Learn to say our best yes. And as we seek God, he will absolutely show us that. James 1:5, I love it. He said, any of you who lack wisdom, come, ask, and God will give it to you, and I love this word, generously, without finding fault in you. He will give us that wisdom if we're asking. And then he will show us where he wants us to join him. I think too often we well-meaning believers ask him to join us. Here's what I'm thinking, God, that I want to do. Will you join me? But what he's doing is asking us to join him. Are we working to make margins in our lives by having something left over? The very best definition of stress that I know is not having a margin left over. You and I will be stressed if there is no margin of money left over at the end of the month. Not having a margin left over means there's not enough energy to do what we planned. There's not enough time because we packed our schedules too full. Let me ask you a very personal question, and if some of you want to volunteer answers, I'm open for sure. The question is, how do you drive to an appointment if you leave your house 10 minutes later than you should have? Now remember, you're in the house of the Lord if you should. Okay. That is not having a margin left over, isn't it? And if nothing else, we're pushy, right? We may not tailgate. We may not swerve in and out, or we may. It makes us drive irritated. No margin left over. We need margins. We need margins of time and money and energy, because having margins reduces our stress levels, which is a wonderful way to have self-care. So let's be as intentional as we can in creating margins. And I want to say, create margins where we can. Your lives are so busy, and I do understand that through looking at some of my younger grands. So there may be no realistic way for you to create a margin in your life at the present. You will maybe be like Susanna Wesley. You may have heard this story. Susanna Wesley was the mother of John and Charles Wesley. And as Louise and I like to say, bless her heart, she had 19 children. 19 children, okay. To get some alone time with God in prayer, she would sit in her kitchen and take her apron and put it over her head. And the children knew mother is not to be disturbed. And she would pray. And I think, oh my goodness, that dear lady made a margin with an apron. And as I thought of you, I thought, oh, I wish I had an apron for you to take home. Of course, if you sit in your kitchen and put it over your head, your kids will cry, Okay. Are you and I practicing what Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount for mental and spiritual care? He said, take no thought for tomorrow and put kingdom things first. Do I ask God to help me practice Romans 12:2? Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And I want to add a few words right there. By the renewing of your mind with gospel truths. When fear of missing out or anxiety creeps in through comparison, do I ask God to help me practice the truth that I know about being thankful for what I do have? Do I remember and act on the verses in Philippians 4:6 and 7 about being anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and petition, which means asking, with thanksgiving, make my requests known unto God? If I do practice that, I am practicing the very best kind of self-care, mentally and spiritually. The verse says to bring every concern to God and take time to thank him for every blessing. You know, after I wrote that, I thought, I don't think that's what the verse actually says. It says, what? in everything, bring these requests and with thanksgiving. So I come to the Lord every morning. That's where I start. My cup of coffee and my Bible and the Lord. I know you don't have the time for that right now in your lives every morning. But when I come, and some mornings I am anxious when I come to him, like I was a little bit this morning when I thought I was speaking to you, I will stop and I will actually write out a full page of thanksgiving in my journal before I bring any of my requests. And it is one of the most healing, calming, rechanging where I'm looking. It is such a wonderful help. And then very often songs will pop in my head, praise songs. And the one right after that was, everything I need, my Father has it. Do you know that one? My Father has it. The whole passage reads this way: be anxious for nothing, but in everything with prayer and petition with thanksgiving, make your requests known unto God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts